The Nielsen report found that the average adult in America spends 4 hours and 36 minutes a day watching television. And then, in addition to that, another 6 hours and 3 minutes of media input from other devices. The top 20% involves people who are on their device, watching something on their smartphone or on their iPad or their tabular device. I'm going to ask you, when's the last time? And I have to back up. This is, the irony of this is hysterical because I'm on television. I'm talking to you either on your TV show, your TV station rather, your television set, or I'm talking to you because you're watching me online. So the irony of this is not lost on me. I would much rather be in a church preaching to 50 or 100 or 5,000 people. I would. It's a much more rewarding means of communication, and you don't get to hit the mute when you don't like what I say. You don't get the channel serve. I'm sick of hearing Randall say that. So it's not lost on me that I'm sitting here in front of a TV camera telling you, watching me on your TV set or on your computer or on your smartphone, that we're spending too much time on these things. But we are. We are. And I ask you, when is the last time you read a book? A book. When's the last time you bought a book? Because people who are spending 10 hours a day in front of their godless device, now some of them are reading books. I know that. Some of them buy these things called Nooks or iPads where they get a book and they sit there and read it. And then they don't turn a page, they scroll with their finger, okay? I've seen it, I understand that it works, and I'm glad that they're reading books. And they're using this device to do it. Okay, I got that. But again, I ask, when is the last time that you read a book? When is the last time you read a book to your children or to your grandchildren? I think that one of the reasons that I am convinced that God is okay with icons, all right, icons are a visual representation of things spiritual. Whether it's an icon of our Lord's crucifixion, or whether it's an icon of the Archangel St. Michael, or whether it's an icon of some scene from Christ's life, feeding the 5,000 or holding little children. The reason I think that one of the reasons, experientially, that this is okay is because God knows that we receive so much input and data from our eyes. Now, there are a few Christians, very few, thank the Lord, that think that all icons are idols, which is ludicrous, okay? It's ludicrous. You know what? I'll go on this rabbit trail right now, and then I'll come back. Actually, no, in my next segment, I'll go on the rabbit trail of explaining to you why that an icon is not an idol. And if you believe it is, you've been robbed. So anyway, there's a reason why The Passion of the Christ, put together by Mel Gibson, the movie, is so incredible. Because we get to see it. Now, the strength of that is also its weakness. Its weakness is that when we see it, we don't get to imagine it. And the interesting thing about reading a book to a child or to a group of children is that everyone's mind gets to engage with the cinematography in our head. We get to create our own movie with our imagination. And a child who's 6, hearing about the Revolutionary War, has a different picture essay going on than a child who's 10 or a child who's 14. Because each human will do an age-appropriate pictographic essay. They'll have the images going forward based upon what their mind has seen and what their mind can create. All right? Imagination. And that is so good and it's so healthy. So I understand why we want to see something. I understand why a television or a movie is so useful. I mean, if you see the latest movie, Civil War, Captain America Civil War. It's just a great movie. It's a great movie. A couple elements I wish they didn't have, but it's a great movie. It's a great storyline. And there's value to it. But there's value to reading. There's value to reading 1 Samuel chapter 17 when David fights Goliath. There's value in that. And reading it with expression. Having children read it. Having them picture it. So, I grieve. I grieve. I feel sick. And I hope that you do as well. I hope that you actually feel sad and grieved for our country, that these devices are overrunning us. I'm going to take a break, and when I come back, I'm going to explain to you why it is not idolatry when there are images that involve things Christian or things divine. Don't go away.